Hey everybody, welcome to the Solar Sister channel. It's your girl Solar Sister coming to you once again with another video. Guys, I wanted to come on here real quick and share this experience that I have had since I've been here in the Gambia. It's a painful experience, but I'm working through it. But I wanted to provide this information so that it can be helpful to someone else who's planning to come to the continent or planning to come to the Gambia. Hopefully this will help you better prepare yourselves to protect yourselves. But before we move forward, if you would go ahead and thumbs up the video. Also hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you want to be made aware of any upcoming videos. And also feel free to share the video with anyone you think it might benefit. So, y'all listen, I have never had this happen before in my life, but hey, I'm here on the continent. I'm here in Africa. Um, I'm experiencing a lot of new things. So this is just one I can add to the list of things. So y'all, during Ramadan, let me go back. The weather in the Gambia here, it changes regularly. I mean, it can be pretty doggone hot till it gets kind of chilly and cool at night. You get real good breezes. It's great. It can change day to day, week to week. So I think this was like the third week during Ramadan. There was just a period where I think that was the hottest I had felt it here in the Gambia. I mean, it was just like a stifling heat. When I woke up that morning, it was just stifling. It's like you could cut the heat with a knife. And it was like a 5 day period. It went from like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, I'm talking about struggling, sweat. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it just seems like you just couldn't get any relief. So something happened during that 5 day period that I didn't even realize until maybe 3 or 4 days after that. I actually got sunburn under my armpits and in some other areas. I got sunburned on my neck, in the crevice of my neck. Um, and y'all, I had never experienced anything like that before in my life. Didn't even realize I had been burned. And so it's painful. These armpits are painful, but the beauty about it is that I've been using natural things to help heal the areas. I've been using shea butter. They call it bamboo oil or whatever. And I tell y'all, it is the best stuff ever. It's a wonderful thing. So that got me to thinking about when I first got here in the Gambia, I realized, and I guess because I'm a person who wears glasses, I realized that there are not a lot of people in the Gambia that wear glasses. Of course, there are a few, but for the most part, you don't see a lot of people wearing glasses. And I thought that was interesting. I don't care what the age is. The elderly people ain't wearing no glasses. Little kids, you don't see them wearing glasses. And it got me to think like, well, what is the issue? So of course you start thinking, oh, well, we use computers in the West and blah, blah, blah. No, because I started thinking back to when I started wearing glasses. And I think I started wearing glasses like in middle school, which would have been maybe 11, 12, 13 years old. And I've been wearing glasses ever since. But we come from a system that says you need to do these checkups. You need to get your eyes checked yearly. You need to do whatever yearly. And so it made me start thinking about the setup of the West. In the US, we melanated people are in a precarious situation. I think we're the only people who have had to grow up and function in a system that was built by the very people who traumatized us, brutalized us, tortured us, raped, robbed, and pillaged us. And we grew up alongside those people, fighting for those people to do right by us, fighting for those people to treat us right. And I thought about how sick that is. Isn't that just sick? You are going to fight the people who put you in the situation that you're in and just expect them to just acquiesce and say, oh, okay, yeah, y'all are right. Yeah, we're going to start treating y'all exactly like y'all want to be treated. Come on now. So with that said, it got me to thinking about, well, what is the reason why we have to, we're wearing these glasses? The same people who raped, robbed, pillaged, brutalized, tortured, those are the people that we went to for doctors. Those are the people we went to or who were educating us, so to speak. Those are the people who we expected to treat us right when they had us in some of the most vulnerable positions in our lives. When you're in the hospital system, you're expecting people, before melanated people could be in those positions, you were placed in positions where you had to depend on the goodness of people who didn't really show goodness before that. You were expecting people to be humane towards you when the history showed that mainly they weren't humane towards you. So it got me to thinking, like, well, the tests that they were telling us that we needed every year, were those really tests, or were they things that were being done to ensure that by the time we get to be a certain age, we really ain't going to be able to see? We're really not going to be able to hear. Y'all, these are the things that once you are pulled out of that system, that you get a chance to start thinking about. Those are the things that your mind is freed up to think about. You think about just how sick it is. So I know a lot of people are concerned. They may have health issues, and they want to come to the continent, or they want to move out of that system to some other country, but they're concerned about the health care in that particular country. I want to tell those people this. Think about the issues that you have, and think about how long you've been being treated for that issue, and ask yourself, are you being treated for healing, or are you just being treated so that you can manage the issue that you have? Sometimes you need to be pulled out of the system that is supposedly taking care of your issue, and find out if you want to just be managed, or do you want to be healed? Do you want the issue to be managed, or do you want to be healed? You might need to come out of that system that has just been managing the symptoms of your illness and come to a place where you can actually be healed. There are herbal medicines and so forth. A lot of people I've heard talk about how they might have been on high blood pressure medication in the States, and this kind of, diabetic medications in the States. But when they came to the continent, they were able to get off of their medication, and they were, their blood pressure and so forth was, brought down, or they no longer have any issues because they changed their diet. They were no longer stressed. So if you're a person who is wanting to come, but you're scared because you think that you need to be close to the doctors who have been managing your sickness or your illness, maybe come over here and see. Just give yourself a month, give yourself 3 months to see how you fare once you pull yourself out of that system, and see if the issue that you have can actually be healed. There's some information that I'm going to share with y'all about something that I have been dealing with. And just by I don't even want to say it's a fluke, I felt like I was going to come here for some healing, and I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew eventually it would. But let me tell you, the way that thing happened, it was magical. I'm going to share it with you, but I'm still doing some things to make sure that what I believe has happened has really happened. And I am going to share that with you. I don't know if I'm going to share it on these YouTube streets, but there's some information that I do want to share that has changed my life. So anyway, guys, I just want you to think about the things that are ailing you in the West, in the U.S. There's some things that may have been allowed to continue because the benefit financially to a certain group of people is worth it. And sometimes you have to just stop being the guinea pig. Everybody talks about how, we're working on a cure for cancer. No, you're not. You already have a cure for cancer. You have, how is it that all of this research that's now available, people can fly to the moon, they can fly to outer space, they can create bitcoins and cryptocurrency and all this other stuff, but for some reason, they haven't been able to find a cure for cancer and any other illness since I think they found a cure for polio. How long ago was that? The 20s, 1920? I don't know. They haven't found a cure for anything since polio, smallpox. I don't know. But at the end of the day, there is big business in, and I don't even want to call it the healthcare system, but there is business in the sickness system because the money is made when you're sick. There is no money being made when you are well. It's a system to keep you sick so that they can make money off of you. Think about how much money is made when a person is diagnosed with cancer, all the chemotherapy drugs, when you have diabetes, all of the diabetic medicine. What was the other issue? I forget the guy who actually was put in prison because it was the EpiPen guy. He brought up the price of the EpiPen so high that people weren't able to afford it. I think that was the EpiPen guy. But thinking about how much money is made in pharmaceuticals, why would anybody want you to be well if they are making so much money off of your sickness? So I'm just saying this. I know this started out with me talking about my armpits, but these armpits got me to thinking about just my overall health. I'm thankful that I had some type of natural remedy, and I automatically thought about a natural remedy to take care of the issue. I'm a person who has never really been big on medications. I actually used to work for a company that dealt with product liability cases, medical malpractice cases. I was negotiating with different agencies to try to negotiate bills down for clients or patients who had been adversely affected by some type of product or some type of medication that they were using for one issue, but it caused an issue somewhere else in the body. So again, I used to tell people then when I worked for that company, if you can stay medication free, stay medication free for as long as you can, because once the system gets you, once they get you on that one medication, they got you for life because they know from their research that there are issues that can happen if you take a certain medication for a certain amount of time. They know what kind of other damage it's going to cause in your body. But again, that's a story for another day. But since we were talking about healthcare, I just want to just put that in your minds, put that in the forefront of your minds to just think about if you are a person who is trying to stay connected to the West, the US especially, because you feel like you have to stay there because of your condition, think about how maybe your condition is tied to you staying there. You being released from that system could be the thing that could give you a better life and it could possibly save your life. So I'm happy here on the continent. I'm happy with the Gambia, even though the African sun has beat up these pits. I'm not going anywhere, but I just wanted to share that with the diasporans who are coming here. Be prepared. Protect yourself from this sun. Uh, protect your pits. Protect your pits, and also get over here and relieve yourselves physically, mentally, emotionally from the stress and the trauma of the West, the healthcare system that's not there to get you well. Y'all come on over here. Like I said, it could be the thing that saves your life. With all that being said, y'all, I went a whole lot longer than I planned. I hope this was helpful to someone. But just like I always say, guys, if you can't do anything else, protect your headspace, protect your heart space, guys, and keep your vibration high. It's your girl, Solar Sister. Until the next one. Peace.